Hello everybody, Gisele Grenier here. In this video lesson, this is all about me having fun. I love crazy birds, and I want to thank Annie for sending me these stamped images on cardstock. I want to thank Allison for sending me this little skyline silhouette, and for this paper mache button. Who else do I have to thank? I think that's it. Okay, yeah, I want to make sure I thank everybody. This is just to have some fun using, just using stuff that people sent me just to create something really, really cute. The challenge that I'm having with this is Annie sent me this as a card. It was cut this way, and I had to try to get it onto this. And I did some fussy cutting to cut it out, and the stamped image was really light. So then I took what is this? This is a Prismacolor, a 055 line marker. I think this is waterproof. And I went around the edges. So what I want to do is make something like, and I had to cut his feet off, like that. And then I want to put the button with the color of the blood moon, and then I'm going to stamp onto here saying go northwest, and I'll put that as a challenge to you guys what that means. All right, so that's it. So there's a lot of colors going on here, and I don't know if this is going to work, so we'll see. All right, so first of all, I've got a 2.5 by 3.5 piece of, I think this is packaging, and what I did is I used dictionary paper. Now don't get mad at me because I broke a dictionary. This book was destined for landfill, so I just wrapped it around and I glued it down with Decor Medium Matte Medium, okay, on both sides. And then what I did is I took, when it was dry, I took some gesso, and I applied a very thin layer of gesso on this to push back the text, because that's really, really busy. So I just set it back with a thin layer of gesso, and that's that. So this is the part I'm kind of stuck on. My idea by the blood moon, but I want everything to be metallics with the, kind of shiny, but the blood moon I'm going to try to do with the Decor Extreme Sheen 24 karat gold, and I'm going to tint it with a little bit of festive red and their dazzling metallics. I'm going to try that. We'll see. So that takes care of that. Then what I'm going to do is the skyline, I'm going to paint it. This is where I don't know if it's going to work. Going with the Decor Glamour Dust Ultrafine Glitter, and I want to bring it down this way a little bit, and then I want to go up with some, I may use Handsy Yellow Medium, or I may use the gold to bring it up to make it look like there's the glow of the city coming from above. We live on the mountain in Hamilton, so when I look down into the city, it's what I see. You know what? I'm going to turn on another light. Hang on. There we go. The cloud just went by in the window. So I'm going to try that and see if that's going to work. And then our little bird here, I want to paint him very transparently. So I'm going to be using quinacridone burnt orange for his body, a little bit of transparent yellow oxide for his tummy, and a little bit, yeah, quinacridone burnt orange, yellow in the tummy, and then yellow in the beak, and leave his eyes white. So we're going to see if those colors work. And then the Go Northwest, I'm going to be using the Ranger Perfect Medium with the Zing Clear embossing powder with these little micro stamps. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but let's see what happens. Oh, and I have to paint this. So I'm going to paint this with the glitter as well. So let's get that done. And the reason why I'm not sure if this is going to work, because this is it's the colors. Because the colors are not, well, other than these, aren't pure pigments, I don't really know what's going to happen when I mix them. And nope, I'm not doing this with a test ahead of time. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. That's how I like to roll. Experiment in real time. I'll do that over here. So this black glitter, it's good. The reason why I'm using this Deco Art Glamour Dust glitter is it's super fine, and it's going to have the look of shimmer in the buildings. Now, although I don't know what skyline this is, I would love to have gotten something from Hamilton Mountain, but I would, nobody makes that stuff. So we'll see how that turns out. Look at that. Let's see if I can get there we go. It's not overly glittery, but it works out really, really well. Now, this part here. So, I am, okay, well, I'm going to go in with that, and I'm going to hit it with a little bit of the gold. I have to stir these every single time because they are so full of pigment, and if you don't stir them, they become separated from the binder. That should be enough right there. I don't know. Just get a little bit of a tint there. All right, let's see what happens. That's too bright. That's too bright. So we'll just put this in there. And I'll wipe some of it back. But yeah, the yellow's too bright. But that's okay. Paper towel. Okay. That actually might be okay. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. Okay. So yeah, so I needed to do the blend. I just threw water all over my markers. Oh my God. I swear sometimes if my head wasn't attached, I'd wonder how I got this far in life. I swear. Okay. Let's try this again. And so that's that. Now the blood moon. So let's go back with a bit of the 24 karat gold that doesn't need much. And then the red metallics. Oh, let's stir this again. Yep. Do I have anything left that I can stir it with? Yes, I probably should have did all this stirring ahead of time. But believe it or not, I don't plan the supplies until literally 2 minutes before I start painting. I do this on purpose so I don't overthink. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to make a color like the blood moon. Oh, this is nice. I'm looking at this. I could have used rose gold probably for that. Bring a bit more gold in there. Yeah. I'm going to paint the button. Yep, that was the color of the blood moon that we just had. Not that we just had, we had, oh God, when was it? A couple months ago, I think. Depending on when you're watching this video, it'll probably be spring already because I'm doing a lot of recording ahead of time. Okay, let's see if I can. Let's just paint. You're going to go flying, aren't you? Here we are. Let's get a bit more yellow in there. You know, the blood moon it looks different for everybody. Ours was just like, oh, it was like fire. It was quite something. So that's that. Now our little puppy here, our little birdie. Put side. Now this is what I'm not sure. Hopefully this works. I don't really want to use watercolor markers to do this. So our little baby guy here is going to be a drop of ultra blue, a drop of quinacridone burnt orange. Oh, I didn't need the blue. Oops. Didn't need the blue. Transparent yellow iron oxide. I'm not sure if I'm going to like that color for his body. I may go back to the yellow. And I get a little brush. Oh, come on. Seriously. I'm going to get some medium for this, matte medium. I don't want to use water to make it transparent. Quinacridone burnt orange first. Just a light stain. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some medium down first. I'm going to put some medium down first because it's super porous. It is really, really porous. So what I'm doing now is I'm creating a barrier layer. The marker's dissolving. Are you kidding me? I thought this was permanent. Light fast. Yeah, bull. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going with it because you guys might experience the same thing, so I'm going to calm down. I'm going to calm down. Holy moly. That bugs me. That bugs me. That bugs me. That bugs me. So obviously there's something in the medium that's dissolving the ink. Let me just quickly dry this. There we go, that's better. So let's just put a little bit of that here. Tail, body. So I'm just also gently using actual strokes, like if he had feathers, to add a little bit of texture in there. Now, because I put the barrier layer in there, it won't continue to dissolve, but there is a bit of a smudge in there. It's now permanent. And the shadow, I'm going to put a little bit of this in here. The nice thing is when you have the matte medium underneath, you can smudge it with your fingers. What I like about that. And you could use watercolor markers to do this. I'm not a fan of those because I want my stuff being permanent. But then you can use fixative to actually fix it. There we go. Okay. And then the rest I'm going to do in yellow. The rest I'm going to do in yellow. That makes a lot of sense. That might be too bright. Yeah, Yeah, transparent yellow iron oxide is better. And just overlap where the colors meet, and it should stay wet enough. Then I'm going to use the bright yellow for his beak. And this is where it's important that your yellow is transparent, because if it's opaque, you'll lose the lines. And the eyes are staying white. All right. Well, okay, well now I know not to use this Prismacolor marker if I'm working with the mediums. Where's his feet? Is that his feet? Nope. Uh-oh. I think I lost his feet. This, you know what? This project isn't meant to be. Yeah, I lost his feet. Oh. Okay. Calm down. Jesus. No, that's not his feet. That's a piece that I cut off here. Where's the floor? No, it's not on the floor. Oh, come on. Jeepers. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So, beginners, if things don't go right for you, just look at this video and then you won't feel so bad. You know what? It's just me being unorganized. I need to darken that. So let's try and see what would happen. Oh, we already have it there. Let's see what would happen if we used a bit of black and a bit of blue. So if we took blue, added to the black. It's turning green. Get more black in there. Yellow and black always makes green. Always makes green. So that's a little bit of what I'm going for. So now let's... Whoopsie. I wanted there to be a little bit of shine in there. Let's get a little bit more of that. It is too much blue. Too much blue, but that's okay. That's not doing it for me. So let's do it a little bit of a different way. All right. Yeah, this is the project from hell. This isn't working. Cover your ears. So let's try with that again. Let's come from the edges. And then we'll just work it down very gradually. There we go. That's a little bit better. I don't want it to be too dark in the middle because the moon's going to be there. The blood moon. What is that? That's something in the paper. We'll have to make sure we put the button on that. Okay. But now what I want to do is I want to get that yellow and I want to go back this way. I really want that bright. Because Birdie's going to cover up most of it. Let's dry that. I'm going to get foam brush. Grab the black. Just go along the edge. I may add some stars in here. I think Annie sent me some stars too. That's cards cut as well. That's my fault. Okay. So we're going to put you on the bottom. And this little guy up here. Oh, that's not too bad. Then the blood moon there. There, that's not too bad. Not quite dark enough. But I think it's all right. What do you guys think? What do you think? Let's glue everything down. I'm going to use the liquid glass. Oh, no, I can't. Not yet. Not yet. Oh, I can do the button, though. Let's do the button. Oh, my, this project has been jinxed, I swear. So I wanted to see first exactly, off camera, I did some stamping on this, and I couldn't see the letters because it's a watermark. So I just stamped the G, stamped the O, then NW, and put the powder on, and it doesn't show up very well. Where is this? If I can get a glare. Come on. I don't know. Oh, come on. There, you can see a little bit there. I put Go NW. It's just, so stamp with that, put the powder on, then use the heat gun. Yeah. Okay, so now I can glue that on. Yeah, I swear this project was just doomed. But now I'm going to finish it for the fact that I'm not letting it win. I am not letting it win. Isn't that kind of sad that I'm talking to it like it's alive? Oh, Mia just came in. Just going to bend that. But when you use the heat gun on these things, the paper curdles. So I'd like to ask you guys out there, if you use embossing powder on really, really dark backgrounds, what's your go-to? Like, what's your technique? What do you do to make it work? I'm wiping this stuff off on my shirt. Joe's gonna kill me. I'm just getting the extra medium in there. There we go. So how do you use dark embossing powder? I'm gonna have to put some wax paper on there and hold it flat. And then the birdie. Right there. So he's looking up at the blood moon. The other thing I could have done is I brought out these die cuts. I could have put that like northwest or put that there. But I think that might be too much. What do you think? Like I'm expecting you to answer. But that would have been nice right there too. But then you've got two things up there. Or three things that'll work. No, I think that might be a bit much. What do you think? Well, it's not going to hurt because right now that's just basically waiting to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this. I could do this off camera so you don't get bored. I'm going to paint that the black ice. And I'm going to dry fit it up there and see what it looks like. Wow. how does that look? I put the thing there and I thought, now, you know what that means? Now I'm going to finish this and I'm going to put it away and be done with it. That's what it means. That's the universe telling me something. That it's time to finish this. And it actually turned out a little bit nicer than I expected. Oh my goodness. Let's get that there. Now, let's just line that up. And now we are done. Holy cow. And I just realized his feet covered up the go northwest. Okay, let's get rid of that. Put that on the side. All right. Not how I intended this to go, and I made that pretty clear that I wasn't sure. My biggest disappointment was the sky. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. What I should have done was probably go with a black, the idea of the blood moon, you need the yellow around, and then have like a midnight blue on the side, and then have the gradation come down. That's a lot more of a fine art technique that I did not want to do with this, because I want these to be good for beginners. But hopefully I didn't make this more complicated for you guys, and hopefully you still got some type of enjoyment. If anything, seeing how not that I just figured out how to get around one mistake, but like nothing worked with this. It just seemed to have been non-stop, and I need to stop right now because I know I'm going to do something to screw up the card. There we go, finished. I hope that you enjoyed it. Oh, you know what? Let's do one more thing. Let me fill this up with liquid glass. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking to see if I can screw it up even more. Here we go. Let's see how that's gonna dry. So I think the lesson that I taught you today is that you can learn how to push through when something just isn't meant to work. My shoulder is killing me. I have this shoulder pain in my left shoulder, what I call legacy pain. Legacy pain is a pain that I used to go through when I did computer programming. Joe and I have a web design business. And way back then, before WordPress, I used to code everything by hand, and I would get this excruciating pain in my left shoulder, and it's a muscle pain. I have that pain right now because I'm so tense. The lesson is to calm down, push through, and when all is hopeless, then just put it away and give up. I wasn't going to let this win. I knew I could get around it, and just because I screwed up with the colors, little things here and there just weren't working. But you know what? Now I know. I know now that I cannot use that on a dark background. So I'm going to be looking to you guys. How do you do clear embossing on a dark background? I now know that I cannot use the Decor Media Fluid Acrylics on pure watercolor. And I know that. I should have known that in the beginning. I can't use it on pure watercolor paper. I need to put a barrier layer down with the matte medium or even the heavy gel medium. Then I can put the paint on and it'll move around. I now know that I cannot use this particular marker, the Prismacolor Premier fine line marker. I cannot use that on paper and then put the matte medium on top for the barrier layer because it dissolves the ink. I don't know if it says the ink says it's life acid. It doesn't say waterproof, so I'm thinking I'm going to chalk it up to my fault. I chose the wrong product, so we'll chalk it up to that. What else? I now know that to get this blood moon thing, I am going to have to pull some fine art technique to get that gradation, the glow around the moon, and the blue black to come down in a way of using layers. So when you take the blue black, mixing it with the yellow of the moon, that it doesn't turn green. So it's going to take layers to do that. What else do I know? Oh, I now know also when doing fussy cutting, something like this, make sure you hang on to all the pieces, like I lost his feet. And that's it. So I learned a lot. I really hope you guys got something out of this and I didn't waste however long I spent doing this video. Hopefully you didn't waste your time. But let me know in the comments below one tip or even some suggestions on how I could have done the embossing. That's the one that really bothers me, that didn't work. And if you do something, if this inspired a design, you know what I like to recreate this, even if you just sketch it out by hand, the bird by hand, recreate something like this the way it should look, and then post a picture below. If you're watching this on YouTube, head on over to the Facebook group. Everything is linked below. I'm hanging out over there because people can post their pictures and it's easier to understand what you guys are talking about when I'm looking at something instead of just text. All right, I'm going to clean up this schmozzle of a mess, and I think I'm calling it a day. So until I see you in my next video, stay inspired.